Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings San Francisco. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Wednesday, May 13th. You'll be interested to know, today is National Apple Pie Day. This sweet day honors the classic American apple pie, celebrating home baking, crisp cinnamon, buttery crusts, and the joy of sharing slices with family and friends. Join the fun by baking, tasting, or swapping recipes, and don a silly apron to make memories and celebrate. So now you know. And now, it's time for the surf report. Wednesday at Ocean Beach. This morning, it's looking choppy with waves at 3 to 4 plus feet. Conditions will hold steady until around noon, when the swell builds to 4 to 7 feet. Winds are onshore at 16 to 21 miles per hour throughout the day, keeping the surface bumpy. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m. with the 2-foot incoming mid-tide, when the west swell is 3.5 feet at 12 seconds, and the onshore wind is 16 miles per hour. The first high tide on Wednesday will be 4 feet at 9:45 a.m., followed by a 1.5-foot low tide at 3. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 57 degrees for the water temperature. Conditions start strong on Thursday with clean waves at 3 to 5 feet early, but become choppy by midday. Friday maintains the swell at 5 to 7 feet, though choppy conditions set in by afternoon. Saturday sees a building swell reaching 6 to 8 feet, but challenging choppy conditions persist throughout the day. This morning, it's partly sunny, and it feels like 54 degrees, with 15 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 8:11, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6. It looks like we're in for some mostly cloudy skies today, with a high around 60 and a mild breeze. Tonight, expect continued mostly cloudy conditions, with a low of 56 and light winds picking up a bit. Looking ahead in the weather. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 62 and west-northwest winds 3 to 14 miles per hour, gusting as high as 21 miles per hour. Friday through Sunday remain sunny with highs rising slightly to the mid-60s and nights mostly clear in the low 50s. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, diesel prices are surging across the Bay as California fuel costs reach record highs. The national average for diesel has climbed to $5 per gallon, while in California, drivers are paying around $7 on average, with some Bay Area cities exceeding even those figures. Local trucking company owner Kyle Cameron recently noted the cost of doing business is rising sharply, stating, "We just drove 6 miles. It just cost me $7.50. Cameron, who owns Cameron and Company Trucking, explained it costs him $710 to fill the tank of his truck, which requires 100 gallons. He added, "Being a small transportation company, I can't absorb the cost, so we're rolling it over to the construction companies we work for." Now on to sports. Victor Wembanyama scored 27 points with 17 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 block shots, leading the San Antonio Spurs to a 126-97 home win over the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 5 of their Western Conference semifinals series on Tuesday. Wembanyama, who avoided a suspension after elbowing Naz Reid and being ejected from Game 4, shot 9 of 16 to help San Antonio achieve 53% shooting from the field. Despite trailing by as many as 30 points, Minnesota tied the game at 61 after a 14-2 run to start the third quarter. Julius Randle struggled again, finishing with 17 points, but the Timberwolves need more from him to keep their season alive. In local sports, the Giants kept rolling last night, beating the Dodgers 6-2 at Dodger Stadium for their third straight win. Adrian Hauser was stellar on the mound, and the offense came alive with 4 home runs. Eric Hoese went deep twice, and Harrison Bader and Jung-Hoo Lee each added 1. That's exactly the momentum builder San Francisco needed after a rough stretch. Tonight they're right back at it in Leh for the rubber match at 7:10, with Robbie Ray facing off against Shohei Ohtani. If the Giants can complete the sweep, it sends a real statement to the rest of the division. They're still under 500 at 18-24, but series like this one define whether a team turns things around. Meanwhile, the Niners got some roster news. They signed linebacker Larry Worth II to a 3-year deal and cut Milo Eifler to make room. More importantly, San Francisco is confirmed for the NFL's first-ever regular season game in Melbourne, Australia. The Niners open against the Rams Down Under. The full schedule drops tomorrow at 5. Down in San Jose, the Sharks are making noise at the draft. After jumping to the second overall pick, GM Mike Grier is shopping it around. The organization has got premium forward prospects but needs defensive help. Teams like Vancouver and Calgary are already circling. Grier has got weeks to figure it out, but that pick is suddenly the most attractive chip heading into June. In top news, prices for these grocery items have spiked highest since the war began. The effects of the conflict in Iran are starting to show up in supermarkets. Grocery prices climbed at their fastest rate in nearly 4 years, putting increased pressure on Americans' wallets at a time when many are already feeling pessimistic about the economy. Prices for groceries spiked in April, according to data released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, while broader inflation reached its highest level in nearly 3 years. Costs spiked especially for key staples, including fresh produce and beef. Tomato prices soared 15% in April compared with a month ago, and are up nearly 40% in the last year. In business news, questions had swirled around whether GameStop could afford to buy eBay and compete with Amazon. California online marketplace, eBay said Tuesday its board rejected GameStop's unsolicited $56 billion takeover offer. The proposal was neither credible nor attractive, eBay's board stated. The San Jose company rejected the bid after considering various factors related to growth and profitability. GameStop's bold e-commerce ambitions to take on bigger rivals like Amazon have been set back by this rejection. Cohen noted that eBay also focuses on selling collectibles, like trading cards. GameStop has a market cap of $10 billion, significantly lower than eBay's $48 billion market cap. Earlier this month, GameStop offered to acquire eBay for $125 per share in cash and stock. Cohen mentioned the offer included half cash and half stock. GameStop stock fell more than 3% to roughly $22 per share on Tuesday. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 1% to about $81,000. Ethereum is down 1% to about $2,000. And XRP is down 1.5% to $1.44. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Small business owner Tyler Cadwell takes his Mac Mini on the road. In the passenger seat of Tyler Cadwell's Ford Bronco sits a Mac Mini connected to a portable battery and Starlink internet satellite dish, along with a touchscreen monitor mounted to the dash. Cadwell, founder of Everything Etched, an Arizona-based small business selling custom-engraved glassware, enjoys disappearing into the state's sandstone canyons to brainstorm. Now the 39-year-old entrepreneur travels with his artificial intelligence assistant named Etchy. Etchy automates coding requests and manages marketing tasks, responding to supply chain issues and more. Cadwell describes it as his first AI employee. And in entertainment news, the Strikeforce 5 is letting Steph Colbert shine solo on May 21st. Both The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel Live will go dark that evening, in solidarity with the departing host. We still do not know exactly what Colbert has planned for his final show. His dream guest, Pope Leo XIV, may still be out of reach. According to Kimmel, more people are watching late-night television now than when Johnny Carson was on. And by Kimmel's estimation, his show getting pulled briefly last year cost Disney billions of dollars. It is very possible that no employee in the history of any company has cost their employer more than hiring him. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American poet and civil rights activist, Maya Angelou. And she said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Morning San Francisco.